Hello. I hope that you're all having a fantastic and lovely day. My name is Lawrence C. Harris. I'm a youth leadership and empowerment speaker. And today we're going to be talking about 5 ways to improve confidence as a public speaker. Now, this applies to everyone in life, but especially public speakers. We know when you're up on stage, you've got all these eyes looking at you and you're new to the area, maybe you're getting flown in, maybe it's a place local to your city, but people you don't know, in a building you've never been to, there's a bit of pressure that comes with that. And this video is going to be about how you can lessen that feeling of pressure. So before we begin on this list, I want to say that one of the first things to understand is the fact that it's not nervousness. Nervousness has such a dark and bad connotation to it. In reality, it's excitement. It's adrenaline rush. It's thrill. It shows that you care. Because if you really didn't care, you'd just be like, I'm gonna just go up here and say whatever. You just wouldn't care. But the fact that you feel nervous, the fact that you feel anxious, the fact that you feel pressure is actually a good thing because it shows that you care. It shows that you want to leave them with something of value. It shows that you're committed, that you want to help them, that you want them to learn something, I'm more of a summit speaker. I'm more of a school, church, organization. Maybe you are conferences or corporate, where that's more of a business-focused lane, whereas me, I'm more of a transformation of their life lane. We all have our different styles, which leads us into our first point. Be yourself. This applies not only to speaking, but to life. If you are not yourself, if you're not being authentic, if you're trying to be someone or something that you're not, the audience can't connect with you. And that audience could be 5 people. It could be a one-on-one consultation. It could be a crowd of 1,000 people or a Super Bowl stadium of 50,000 people. Regardless, if you're not being you, if you're not being who you genuinely are and delivering your style, your flavor, your method, they cannot connect with you. They can connect with what you're saying, but they cannot connect with you as a person. And especially for my speakers who are going to schools, churches, organizations, youth groups, such as how I do, it is vital that they connect with you, not just connect with the information. Because they can Google the information. They can look up the information online, TikTok, social media, YouTube, wherever. But the person, you, the speaker, is the one that they want to connect with. This applies to life as well. You cannot have a genuine friendship, a genuine connection, a genuine interaction of any sort if you are not genuinely being you. You don't need to be the next Tony Robbins. You don't need to be the next David Goggins or Andy Elliott or whoever else. Be you. Be the one and only Lawrence C. Harris or the one and only Mike Smith or Sarah Brown or whatever your name is. Now, our second point, and this is before you've even gone to the event, research your audience. What do they think? How old are they? What demographics do they fall into? Are there any categories such as religion, ethnic background? What places are they from? Why are they there? Is it a free event? Is it a youth summit? Is it a music festival? What are they there for? Why did they come there? What made them decide to be there? And understanding your audience, understanding them allows you to take the same message, the same you, the same authentic person speaking, and put that gift into a wrapping paper that they resonate with. Take this as an example. I'm not religious, I'm not Christian, I don't follow any particular path, but I did a speech at a church. And because it's a church, I used references to the Bible, references to Bible verses, references to the story of Jesus, things that they can relate to. The message itself was believe in yourself. The message, the present inside of the wrapping paper was self-confidence, belief, self-love, understanding who you are as a person, and embracing your gift. The wrapping paper was things that they relate to, Christianity, the Bible, Jesus, things of that sort. That's the wrapping paper. And the way I knew how to do that was understanding the audience. I did my research, which in the case of a church is very easy. It's a church. Most of the people there are Christian. Most of the people there have gone to this church previously. And if you look a bit further, where is the church? The church is in a city, in a neighborhood of mostly African Americans. So you can think to yourself, okay, well, what typically, and before I move on to the next point, I want to clarify the fact that just because of someone might have a certain race or ethnic background, that's good to know, but do not address them as if all people of that background are the same. Yet there may be similarities among that community, but that does not mean just because someone's from a certain background to treat all of them as if they are the same. But a good point is that colleges, if you're giving a speech to a college, and these are all college-age students, and you're speaking to the business class, you know that these are college-age people in a business class, so you can approach that demographic based on how do most college-age students in a business class act. What do they do? What do they think? What are their behaviors? And to go further on that research aspect, you can stop just looking at college-age students from a business class, but college-age students in the business class of this college at this city. So, the college students at Temple University could be very different from the college students at Harvard or Yale or LaSalle or any other college. You want to do as much research as possible on that specific audience. This will help with your confidence. This will help you to go in knowing your audience, knowing your people. Which leads us to our next point. Think of them as a friend. Think of them as just Mike, Tony, Sarah, Rebecca, Jayla, whatever their name is. Just think of them as your friend. Because most of the time, they're not even judging you, really. You just think they're judging you. It's really backwards, You think that they're judging you when in reality, you're on stage, so they're looking at you because you're on stage. They're going to look at you. And by taking that pressure off of you to perform, taking away the pressure to meet their expectation and meet their preconceived notion, you're just you, which ties back to our original point. When you're being authentically yourself on stage, off stage, in the meeting where you got booked for that event, the person who hired you knows this is Lawrence. This is what he does. This is how he talks. This is how he acts. So when you get up on that stage, just be you. And now, the people who like you are really going to like you. The people who don't like you, they won't like you. And they don't have to. They're not paying you. The person who hired you is paying you. Now, you step up onto the stage at this point. You've gotten in the door. You've got the event. You've arrived. And you're up on stage. Before you step on and start speaking, just take a deep breath. Calm the body. Relax the nerves. Just get into that mode. Relax. And on the note of breathing, that's calm the body down. But something I also personally do is before my speeches, I'll work out the morning of. Maybe I'll do some push-ups. I'll go for a run. I'll hit the gym. Whatever fits in the best, I make sure that I get some physical exercise because that helps to calm me down. That helps to relax my mind, relax my body, and I perform my best. You know, you feel good, think good, perform good. And the fifth and final, the most obvious, practice. Practice. The more you do something, the more you will become comfortable. The more comfortable you are, the more confident you are. Pretty much that simple. And that's not to say that every day you need to get up on a stage, but whenever possible, even if just in your bedroom like right now, practice. Turn on your camera, give a speech, act as if the camera is the audience, and practice. Practice, practice, practice. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 1 hour, however long, practice, practice, practice. That's another point right there. Bonus tip for those who watch this far. Water. Drink it. A lot of it. Because you don't want to be up on a stage. This has happened to me before. You don't want to be up on a stage and then your throat gets really dry and then you're talking like this. Now your vocal cords are blown out. And you're like, oh. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Drink plenty of water. And if you're allowed to, I know some events might not allow you to do this, but keep a bottle of water in your pocket. When you start to get brain fog and you notice your stuff trailing off there, you can very easily go inside your pocket, get your bottle of water, and just... That just gave you 2 seconds to calm down, get your mind together, and get back on track. And to the audience, they just think, oh, he's thirsty. People drink water. That's normal. It's a very human action. Nobody's going to be like, oh my gosh, he's so terrible, he drank water. No. Be yourself. Research your audience. Take a deep breath before you get up on that stage. Think of them as your friend. Practice. Go out there, get it, make it happen. And I hope that you all enjoyed this content. If you did, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. You can also go to my website, Lawrence C. Harris. There you'll find my blog, my coaching, as well as signed copies of my book, Power to the People. Let me get you a copy right here. Signed copies of my book, Power to the People. How to take back control of your life using the power of your mind, body, and financial habits. Get yourself a copy. And have a blessed day.